Teacher look.
It is the teacher look, isn't it? Especially that gavel around. Right, you're paying attention? Hands up, please. I'll take the shoes off, so it's dead serious now. Right, so I don't know who the gentleman married today, but my daughter was actually called Natalie Marie. Natalie Marie, where is she? By the way, I've got to look at her.
Oh, there she is.
How do I describe her? Witty, intelligent, creative, dramatic, caring, smiley, stubborn, determined. Let me illustrate. So Natalie Marie, born 1990 in December, 40 minutes from start to finish. She'd obviously made her mind up that she was arriving. I brought her home, and unfortunately her dear brother had a little bit of trouble with her name. It was put that down, that doesn't need feeding, and why are you cuddling that? Because I need to play. But he did actually fall in love with her because he realised that actually you could put her between two bushes and she makes a brilliant goalkeeper. So then she was coming to me at various intervals, Mum, how long do I have to stay there doing this? I'll say no more. So, she had a mind of her own. And there was one afternoon where her father had said to her that she was not allowed to go out the front to play because it was too dangerous. So she stood there and looked at him, put her hand on her hip and said, I don't have to listen to your rules. I was a brilliant help. I went in the garden and had hysterical laughter. They had this game where his reflection of his watch strap created Leaf Man, and they made up all sorts of stories about Leaf Man. Believe me, you had to be there.
They were brilliant. And while you're all here...
Chill the down.
There was one occasion when this was the inkling of what kind of young lady she was going to be. We didn't know anything about this. I trusted her father to take her to ballet lessons because I wasn't having anything to do with it, all those yummy mummies stick my head in. So we were told that she was wonderful, apparently, in this show. So we hurriedly bought tickets to this show and found out that, in fact, that dear young lady down there, at the age of 4, opened the whole show cuddling her teddy bear, singing me and my teddy bear.
Got no worries, got no care, me and my teddy bear.
Never left it.
So, I had to go back to work, otherwise I would have lost all inclination about teaching, so I decided to go back to work, and this is where my dear mum and dad stepped in. So she went to spend time with mum and dad while she was starting school, etc. And that's where Granny taught her how to make the cakes. I'm sure some of you have tried some of those before. But this is where the entrepreneur of Natalie came in. She would in fact make the cakes with the ingredients that Grandad had worked hard to get. And then when he came in from work, she would open up the serving hatch and promptly sell them back to him. Making herself a little bit of money. He also had a dog, a dear little dog called Chaz, who was gorgeous, to which she would tell everybody that in fact it was her dog and Grandad was very fortunate to be looking after it for her. So we had Chaz. She also helped him with his chocolate drawer as well. So then Natalie went to school. And Natalie being Natalie, 110% of effort went into school, so much so that every now and again she'd get herself overtired. So I would ring my mum up and say to her, could she have a granny duvet day? And a granny duvet day literally meant you sat on the sofa with the Winnie the Pooh duvet and got waited on hand, foot and finger. I have been trying to get one of those for years. So she then went to secondary school, or started at secondary school, where she told me that she was going to be leading the drama performance and she, like me, was going to be head girl. Guess what? She did it, bonus bit. When she found out she was head girl, we spent the entire afternoon running around the school trying to find each other, to which she then found me, I found her, and she said, I've got it! I said, I know! So that was a fantastic moment. And then And then entered this man. What man in his right mind takes on 2 teenagers? In fact, not two teenagers, he actually took on 3 when Adam came to live with us as well. And there were times that I cannot begin to tell you as a mum were just amazing. When you'd see those 2, Adam and Natalie, walk along sharing headphones, singing old school music as I was driving, and I think, oh, those 2 nutcases. Come on. And I'd find all 3 of them sat up in Natalie's bedroom, you know, singing daft songs and doing all sorts of things, which was absolutely fab. They were really, really happy memories for me. And then she went to college, and this is where this man, once again, stepped in. She had one of those, you know, ladies' problems. So she texted me and said she wasn't well. So I then had to carry on teaching my lessons. So I go up to Chris at break time. I said, Natalie's not very well. I need to go and get her. He said, sorted. He had been into college, literally picked her up like an officer and a gentleman and brought her home, put her to bed and sorted her out. And really, basically, Nat, that's what he's been, isn't it? It's sorted. So, thank you. We had all sorts of parties, all sorts of goings on. One where Chris's dad played the headmaster at was it a school reunion party or something? To which my poor dad, dressed as the pervy PE teacher.
No change there, then.
He's been labelled.
Swimming around. Asked permission if he had to ask his dad's permission if he could go to the toilet. So that was quite fun. And then, of course, she went to college, and we had the most wonderful experience when she joined the Hampshire Youth Jazz Orchestra. And this is probably one of my best memories, when she looked at me and sang Ring Dance. It was wonderful. So, we then decided to do term in Natalie again. She decided, I think I didn't help matters when I went off to school once without her, because she was trying to put her contact lenses in and she didn't get them in and I went off without her. Having got contacts now, I know how difficult it is, sorry. But anyway, she decided that she was going to have laser treatment. And so she rang up Grandpa Merriman to talk to him about whether she should have it done or not, to which he promptly rang back a little bit later, having done his research, and said, I rather think this is something a granddad should pay for. And so the next morning after her operation, she screamed out, Mum! I thought, oh my God, something's gone wrong, she's blind, oh my God. So I went in, I can see! So, thank you, Grandpa Merriman. So he's here all the time because she can now see. So, what happened to Natalie then? She then went on to university, had a little dabble at a few careers, and then did the thing that we all knew she would do, teach. And I absolutely love listening to her talk about her work, talk about the time she spends with her students, etc. I think I remember those days of being passionate about teaching. Knocks it out of you eventually, but you know. But it's fantastic, and I'd like to thank Duncan on this occasion and say thank you for doing what you did and taking her to Africa, because it really did make that young lady. And one of the things I will share with you is the fact that this is a time when, you know, young ladies can show off and be little divas and decide what they want for their wedding and all the rest of it. And that young lady went to Ghana this year, and she turned around and came back to me and she said, you know what, Mum, I'm going to stop the wedding here. I've got everything I want. I've decided I want to do something for somebody else, and she's actually sponsored a young man to go through university. I thought for a minute I'd missed something, but no. Magic and sparkle. Marks and Spencer's. Oh, those were the days when they gave you 20% discount on wine, and then you got a 20% discount. They almost paid you to take them away. It was wonderful. Her manager, when she left, came into my house and said, geez, it looks like Marks and Spencer's showroom in here. So that's where Conor comes in. So she told me all about this young man, Conor. So of course me, being mum, not the interfering type, I went to Conor then, Natalie. So I found this young gentleman who I've got to say was very good. I have to say he was being very charming to all the lady customers. So then she said to me, Mum, can I bring him home for Sunday lunch? He's missing home food. So I thought, oh, here we go, another one of Natty's missions. But I have to say that if you were her project, then fantastic. As Stephanie said, we met up, didn't we, just before, working out a few things that we needed to do, etc., for this lovely occasion. She said to me, "Isn't it wonderful? Not only have we gained an extended family, but we've gained a son and a daughter, respectively." And I totally agree. What I think I am most proud of is the fact that you, Conor, have allowed Natalie to be the person that she should be. And what you have done
Spilt a drink!
You're dead.
Only job.
You had one thing to do.
I would like to say, Conor, you have allowed her to grow in her own strength and personality, and you have complimented her in everything that she's done. And Natalie, I'm finished yet, shut up. And Natalie, no mum could be more proud of the most beautiful, caring and unselfish person I've ever met. Achievements. You are the most caring and compassionate daughter, and you're my very, very best friend in the world. So, Natalie Marie. And I would also like to offer a toast to two very, very special people. May your love grow, and may you have the most fabulous future together. To Conor and Natalie. That's for you, I'll talk to you later.